Happy Hispanic Heritage Month, everybody. This is the Slider Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about The Wizard's Return, Alex versus Alex. So this came out in 2013, just 1 year after The Wizards of Waverly Place got canceled. And rumor has it that Selena Gomez was sitting in her hotel room. She was on Disney Channel flipping through, and she noticed there was no Wizards of Waverly Place reruns. So that bummed her out, and so she contacted Disney Channel and asked to do like something, because like the show was successful, the movie was successful, and so they said, cool, why not? So they made this TV special. It's not a movie, it's an hour-long TV special. I always assumed it was a movie, but it was just like, 30 minutes, a little too short. And well, it's just okay. And that's literally it. It feels extremely rushed, and I mean extremely rushed. Not only that, but it took plot points from the television show that they've done before, like the whole Alex turning evil, done before. A evil new wizard that kind of manipulates her, been done before. It's also set in the style of the TV show with the laugh track, and all the personalities have returned. In the movie, everybody's personality was slightly altered to fit more of a theatrical movie type thing. Here, it's literally just a TV show. That's basically really it is. It's just a TV show in an hour special. It's not terrible. Don't get me wrong. It's just not all that original, and it's not all that like woohoo. You know what I'm saying? Because Wizard was always a cool show. And well, this feels like just another regular TV episode. When something's going to be an hour special, you're expecting fireworks. And then after the movie, you're really expecting something really, really huge. But for the most part, everything is literally just the same. Characters don't evolve. They're literally stuck the same way they've been for like 4 seasons and stuff. Justin's not there because the actor was filming a short film that he directed. And it just feels like they just slopped something together and called it like Wizards and stuff. And I hate saying that because I love this show and everything. And like I said before, this special is pretty cool. It's just not extravagant. It just doesn't have that wow factor. The only real wow factor there is that the teleportation magic is more enhanced in here. This special has the same budget as the show, just a tiny bit bigger, and a lot less than that of the movie. In fact, this only had about 5 million viewers, which is half the viewing point of like the movie and stuff. So it was a significant downgrade. Fans are kind of mixed. Some people like it, some people think it's just blah. And the most disappointing thing with me is that there was no real character development. Jerry still gets on to Alex for misusing magic. Max is literally back to being an idiot again. Teresa is just there, the non-caring, like non-magical person who's just kind of like just there. Harper is literally just there as the best friend, and that's it. She also crushes on some dude, which is funny because I thought her and Zeke were supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Mason is still there, and he's still the super jealous type and the super clingy type. And it's just odd because they really ruined that whole dynamic of like Mason and Alex to the point where he was just so controlling and so stalkerish and stuff. Now this could be because of the new showrunner. Halfway into the series, they had a new showrunner because the old one got fired. And so, yeah, and it takes place in Italy, but they don't film in Italy. They actually film on the lot that they always film in Canada and just redressed it as Italy, which was a nice redressing. It actually looked like Italy and everything, but you can tell it was kind of fake. And so with this movie, basically, it takes place directly after the finale. So Justin is the new head wizard at WizTech, Max, his co-owner of the sub shop, and Alex is like the family wizard, which in all honesty, she should never been the family wizard. She's too irresponsible with magic and everything. And it should have been Justin. But of course, she was the main star of the show. So of course, it went to her. And well, I don't know exactly how old she is now. I remember at one point she moved out and then I guess she moved back in. But basically, she does what she always does. She's super lazy and she's just playing around with magic. Now, what's odd about this is like, okay, her and Harper are watching a movie at a drive-in theater, or so we think. She just teleported a car there, and they made their home into a drive-through theater. This pisses off Jerry. Now, I don't understand why Jerry is so pissed off. She isn't disrupting nothing. She's not breaking nothing. Plus, she's the head wizard, so technically she should be able to do whatever she wants with her magic. But he tells her you just can't do what you want. You gotta be responsible. But she's just having fun. And so it's kind of like if you can't do what you want as being the head wizard, then what the heck is the point? Not to mention, it's already been stated a couple of seasons ago that she's one of the most powerful wizards there is, which I still don't understand how, because that's something that just doesn't make no sense. Justin always had to bail her out. And then it got to a point where he had to stop bailing her out and she had to bail herself out. But still, he was way more powerful than her, which once again, he should have won. And so basically, like, it's just weird how she can't do what she wants to do with her magic. When she gets like pissed off, she just teleports on out of there. So basically, the family is waiting for Justin to come home, but he can't. A guy named Dominic, a wizard, comes and says that Justin's busy and can't come. Mason, of course, gets like jealous like he always does. And that's always something that's very annoying. He's all like, remember, I'm a werewolf. And it's just like, dude, what are you going to do? Kill him? Let's put a pin in that for now. And so it's always what's so, like, I always hated when they introduced the Mason character. He just didn't do it for me. I didn't like the idea of like the young people to cast dating on the show. It was mostly just her because he was so impulsive. And I know he's a werewolf and they're impulsive, but it's just, they overdid it in the last 2 seasons. And I was so happy when they got rid of him, but then they went and brought him on back and stuff. But anyways, so like after threatening him and everything, and so Jerry reveals that like his cousin or something like that from Italy wants him to visit in the family and stuff. Harper, she figures out a way to go with them and everything. And so Alice all like, all right, fine, I'll just like take us there. So she creates like a doorway that goes right into the home of like her cousins. This pisses off Jerry. He's like, no, I want to do this the old fashioned way by like going on a plane, paying for like money and all this other stuff. Why would he want to do that? And their family is literally poor, and that's going to cost a lot of money to travel there and back and take Harper too. If Alex has the magic who can just pop them on over there, why don't she just pop them on over there? I mean, his family on that side are wizards too, so I don't get it. So this is the part, like I said, this movie makes no sense at times. It's just like they see that Jerry was like, overbearing in the show, so they made him even more overbearing here. So when she creates the portal, Max sees a hot girl and he runs through the portal and the parents have to chase after him. This doesn't make no sense. She made a portal into their cousin's home. That should tell Max that, maybe that's his cousin he gets the hots for. Well, he eventually does find out later on in the show, but he still doesn't care. What you doing here, Disney Channel? That's kind of nasty and incestual and gross. And yeah. So Max is back to his dumb as rocks persona. And it's weird because okay, when he was a kid, like a kid, he was just a dumb kid. So it was believable. But once he started getting older, became a teenager, and he was dumb as rocks, then that was just kind of embarrassing to watch. And it's even worse now when he's so much older now. So anyway, after they chase him on back into their home, Jerry's pissed, and then Alex gets pissed at him, and she teleports out of there. She goes somewhere in New York, and she's on top of a billboard. But of course, they're just in like a studio set with the actual layout of the billboard, but you don't see no sky. So it looks like in a weird closed indoor type room. And so she's soaking and everything, and then all of a sudden Dominic shows up for some bizarre kind of reason. It's like, how in the world did he know she was there? He claims that he has to clean the billboard, but we know that's a lie. And they have a normal chat. And she tells him, like, she's irresponsible. She wishes she was better, just like Justin, because Jerry rubbed it in her face again. Once again, he's talking about how Justin is like the better like child and everything. So he's all like, that's why you have magic to smooth out the rough edges. Keep that in mind, because what happens later doesn't make all that much sense. So he leaves and Mason comes in, being jealous again. Then Mason wants to have a picnic with her on the thing. How does he know she's there? Like that's never explained. Maybe they showed that billboard in the show. I just don't remember. It's been years since I watched it. Wow, it's been 10 years and stuff. No, 11. So anyway, close to 12. So anyway, he fixed her food that it took 2 hours to make, and she just conjures up fried chicken. And that pisses him off because he's all like, I spent 2 hours. This is supposed to be romantic, and you ruined it with magic. So I guess it's always going to be you, your wand, and me. So he storms off. And in a way, I can see why he's pissed. He spent a long time on his lovely lunch, and she just like, all right, whatever, I'll just make some fried chicken. But then at that same time, it's like she has the ability to make fried chicken, and if that's what she wanted, then that should be like, okay. So it's kind of like you see both sides a little bit, but you do understand his romantic side as to her selfish side. So they try to make her seem like she is crummy. So when she's talking to Harper, she's all like, I know how I can be better. Oh, by the way, Dominic gave her like a little charm bracelet because he's flirting with her and stuff. And she's kind of like him flirting with her. So that's kind of messed up. So once again, they're back to that crap from a couple of seasons ago. But it's just weird how he gave her a gift. More on that a little bit later. This is the part that, once you get into the middle of this story, it gets kind of confusing and kind of just so rushed. So she tells Harper, I can get rid of my bad side and place it in the mirror. So that's what she does. She takes all the bad out of her, put it in the mirror, and now she's a good girl. Still sarcastic, but good. And evil her is really, really mean inside that mirror. They leave, and evil her breaks the mirror and escapes. So you can probably guess why it's Alex versus Alex. It's literally the evil version versus the good one. So the evil one goes to, I think, no, what happened? Max can't get rid of the portal. So, no, not Max. Alex can't get rid of the portal. So Max goes back through there again looking for that hot girl, his cousin. Teresa goes back there and she flirts with this one muscular dude. They squish a bunch of grapes to make wine. Really? A wine reference in Disney Channel? And also, that's so gross, squishing it with your feet. I don't like feet. Feet are nasty. Feet are dirty. Feet have germs. And I think people are drinking that. Now, they clean their feet, but when they're walking around to get into that barrel, their feet gotta get dirty. Still nasty. Make a machine to do it. So anyways, while in Italy, Jerry's eating like food and all this other stuff like he always does in the show, which the actor doesn't like that because they always pick fun of his weight. But basically, they say once they grab Max, they're going to go back, but they can't find him because he's too busy stuffing his face. Alex and Harper shows up, and at some point, evil Alex shows up and does some bad stuff. She encases all the family members inside her little charm bracelet. And what's crazy about this is that Dominic shows back up and reveals he is evil. Not only does he reveal he is evil, but he's related to Gorg, the evil angel dude that's his uncle. Isn't Gorg an angel and Dominic's a wizard? So how does that mash? Unless they're two species intermixed. But anyways, watching this like now, I forgot who Gorg is. And I might have forgotten about it back in the day as well when I watched this movie. And so I didn't really remember him. And also another evil wizard. This is similar to when they went to Wiz Tech and everything. One day I will talk about that. And so like it's just weird. They just recycled the same plot of like an evil wizard and just changed everything else around it. And of course there's an evil Alex because that evil Wiz dude from Wiz Tech wanted to turn Alex evil as well, I believe. And so he hates humans. Surprise, surprise. And he wants to destroy them all. Surprise, surprise. But he needs a powerful wizard to power his machine. Since Alex is so-called so powerful, the evil one powers... No, not the evil one, because the evil one only has half the magic. He needs the good one. So he tells her, look, man, you ain't getting your family back until you do what I say. But of course, they don't give the charm bracelet back. So she powers the engine, which is stupid. She has magic. All she has to do is teleport the charm out his hand into hers, freeze them, destroy them, do something to them. Instead of powering up his machine that's going to capture all the humans and put them in there and put them in little marble balls and stuff. And for whatever reason, he put his device on the leaning tower of Pisa. So there's a couple of gags about how it leans, and the machine is leaning, he's leaning. When it turns the people into marbles, the marbles lean and fall around. So he's trying to like goofily catch them and everything, which just kind of ruins his evil side. He's evil, but he doesn't really act that evil. So at some point, like, I guess the Wizard Council. Oh, by the way, back to that thing when he said to clear away some of your rough side. She said he gave her the advice to make a evil version of herself and put it in the mirror. No, he didn't. Like, he never really truly gave her the advice to take out all the evil out of her and encase it in something. Like, from what he says, smooth out the rough edges, that could be taken any kind of way. That could be like a spell to make you more polite, or just something that extract all the evil out of you and put it in a mirror. So it's wishy-washy, the plot is around that time. So anyways, there's like a council of wizards and stuff. I don't remember if they was in the show or not, but they're basically these crystalline entities and stuff in the crystal room. And they're talking to her. They're like, since you power that machine, you got to go to wizard jail and all this other stuff. So they imprison her. While there, all of a sudden he shows up to be like a witness, be like, she made me go along with her plan or something like that. And they just believe him. If they have the power to see everything, they should be able to see he's telling a lie and look into the past. Once again, wishy-washy like writing. So anyway, he pisses off Mason and taps the little crystal in the charm bracelet. This cracks it and Mason breaks out. Instead of being super teeny tiny, he's full size. He turns into a werewolf and he busts Alex out. So she goes to stop the machine, but she can't, and she fights her evil self. We basically get like a Harry Potter type duel, but just low budgeted. And no energy really serves there because I don't know what's going on with Selena Gomez, but she's not really having that much energy in this movie. When she was on Wizards of Waverly Place, she had a lot of energy in her, a lot of charisma. Then in this thing, as she got older, she started talking a lot slower, started moving a lot slower, and she didn't really get that much expression when she acts. And this is something I've been noticing with a lot of her older projects and stuff. She doesn't give it no oomph. She doesn't give it no personality. She doesn't give it no flair like she used to do, which is really odd and weird. And so, like, The duel is just kind of lame. Like, they doing that whole, what's that thing called in Harry Potter where their wands connect and that's that energy beam towards them. But it's not as cool as it is in Harry Potter because they don't have the budget for that. Then they knock their wands down and they have a fist fight. The fist fight was interesting. One, when did she learn how to fight? And two, Selena punches like a girl. I know she is one, but still, man. So it's a pretty impressive fight. She's flipping around, doing kind of martial arts. And it's like, how? And so at some point in time, she does eventually get her bracelet back. And she frees like her family and everything. Mason is fighting Dominic in his werewolf form, but Mason is getting his butt kicked. And how? Mason is a freaking werewolf. He is that weak. How is he supposed to protect Alex and he can't defeat this wizard? So in a way, they're all talking, blah, 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 blah. And then Mason pushes Dominic off the Leaning Tower of Pisa and he goes splat. And he dies. I'm just like, whoa, isn't this supposed to be Disney Channel? They literally had Mason murder this dude and everything. Not only that, but I do remember when they killed that female wizard, they at least froze her and broke the ice. So at least she died in a cool kind of way that didn't look so splattery. But you don't see him go splat, you just gotta pretend it. So then, of course, evil Alice wants to still be evil. And I think basically what the other Alice does is just blast her. And she shatters, and then the evil goes back into her. She didn't even, like, talk her way out of it. Like, she could at least give an empowering speech or something like that. But basically, that's really just it. They spend time with their wizard family and, like, Italy and stuff like that. The Italy family barely gets any screen time. What was the point in sending them there if nothing special was going to happen? Like, what was the point in sending them to Italy if nothing really was going to happen and they don't interact with their family much? One thing I will say about this, see, Selena is half Italian, half Mexican. And they really don't represent that in the show. They had a couple of episodes, we had one episode that was kind of more Mexican based. And then for the Italian side, really nothing on the show. And here, all we get to do is have like a fake looking at Italy, but you don't really learn nothing. And so what was the point sending them there if you didn't learn nothing? It was nice to see Jerry's side of his family, but we've always seen Jerry's side of his family. One side of the family we never really get to see is Teresa's side. We only saw like her brother like once, and that was it. And so that was basically the hour special and everything. It was underwhelming. I was expecting a whole lot more, especially after the movie. And especially after some of the stuff that they do in the show. But this was basically just the show and everything. And I don't know, the other hour special was always more entertaining than this. This just recycled a bunch of plots and then just mushed them all together. So it's really like Disney Channel just didn't care. The writers didn't really care. They were just trying to hurry and like mush something together and put it out there. And it's okay. Like I said, it's entertaining, but it's like they've done better. You know what I'm saying? And so it kind of sucks. This is how Wizards has to go out. And since then, there hasn't been another Wizard of Waverly Place of anything. And so it kind of just ended on like a whimper and stuff.